Finally, after 5 months, I'm back with a better sound quality than ever for the final devlog of Project Wrap-Up. This devlog is going to be way longer than other ones, because of the big gap between them. So let's waste no time and jump right in. Let's start by mentioning that Project Wrap-Up Steam page is now up and you can wishlist the game. The game is going to be released in a couple of months. The game in its current state looks finished from hub world to mini games and main levels, most of them are completed. I'm really excited, we have a lot to talk about, from epic new characters Mecha Asali and Mecha Wrap-Up, which unlike other bosses of the game are about your size and fight you face to face in the middle ground, to a new look for hub mode map. A lot of setting and UIs are done. The tutorial level, which is easily one of my favorite levels, I mean just look at it, I like the vibes it gives. And a lot new looks for finalized and polished levels and bosses. Oh, let's not forget about posters. We have a new poster for the game and I really like this one especially. There is just some charm in this chaotic look. Let me introduce and show all of the minigames. Minigames are designed to break the general rules of the game and do something different, which is why they are so different than each other. Here in the hub world map, this is where the player starts the game. This is the sign which tells the player that the main levels are that way. Just next to the spawn point, get a robot stat. If the player chooses to talk to him, he will help the player and guide the player. There are many different directions the player can take, and that might confuse a player who is just not sure where to go. So the signs, cat a robot, and locking gates are there to help the player out. Let's take a better look at the hub world map. You see, I love classic old 3D games and the feelings they give. While the hub world map is nowhere near finished, I have tried my best to give the map an iconic look and cozy feeling. This section is where the people of Bastani City are located. This is a hollow frame for a level. It's currently empty, but a simplified version of the level will be in here. That's why the levels don't look different currently. I'm having so much trouble staying on topic, so anyway, this section is for extra levels, the mini games. We use this elevator to go up and down. This iron cage will only open if you have to unlock the level. How do you unlock the mini games? By playing the main levels. Every 2 or 3 levels, the player unlocks one mini game. Oh, and yes, there are these maze levels, which technically is a mini game on the other side of the map. Right here, it's unlocked, the player should just open his path to it. Now I want to talk about the tutorial boss. I'm in love with this carved style. First, there is a short path the player should take. In this short path, he will learn how to double jump, how to wall jump, how to break and run. We all know that modern games, especially games released by big companies, have a problem called tutorial hell. For those who doesn't know what it is, allow me to explain. Tutorial hell is when the tutorial is just too long and unnecessary. There are games where it takes around 1 hour to complete the tutorial level. It's really bothering when the player is well familiar with how game works because it's a big franchise but has no way to skip the tutorial. So the point being, I made sure the tutorial level is not too long. At max, it should take around 15 minutes to finish. However, since our game plays relatively unique, it's not possible to skip the tutorial. The role of this box up here is to show the player their playtime. Great for speedrunners, or just to show off your gaming skills to your friend. The finishing time will be saved in the chart in the achievement room. The timer only works when the Wrap-Up is in battle, so in the hub world or at the beginning of the tutorial map, it's off. Oh wait, I just accidentally mentioned the achievement room. Good, let's talk about it. Because I love the achievement room. In the lobby, if you come here, go behind the curtain, you go to the achievement room. You see all the trophies on the wall. Now, this view isn't very clear, but you can switch camera angles for a better look at the room, or just press this key for a sequence showing around the room. The art pieces which have color and glow are unlocked, in this case all of them, but if they are colorless and dark, that means the player haven't earned them yet. These two charts on the wall also show useful data. Now let's spend a bit of time on the main levels and characters. Commander Boot level, or simply it can be called the castle level. In this level we are not fighting one huge boss, instead there are different mid-sized characters, each with different roles. Commander Boot orders the attacks. Soldiers and towers only attack when the commander gives the attack order, but the clowns attack at random times. The level has two paces, pace 2 being way harsher than pace 1. Egypt level. This level does not need me to say much, here's a video showcase. Here are some before and afters of another level. Cactus level. Sunshine map is one of my favorites. The catch of this level is that the blocks are cactus, so dodging them is a better idea than trying to break them. Touching the cactus blocks will apply damage to the character. The different designs for these cactus bosses can be seen in the art room. In the Harvard map just above Kara's shop and the achievement room, there is this art room section, which shows the player a couple of images from the pre-production phase, where we were just pouring ideas into paper. Now it's time for these two sections. First, we have Kara's shop. Down here, Kara is a robot friend of Morabov. He will help him, tell him fun facts, sell him power-ups and many other things. However, he will not help us in the battles themselves. In short, he is a very important part of the team/cast. There is going to be a minigame all about player and Kara called Angry Kara, but let's keep that a secret, just like the ending of this game. Different blocks give different amount of XP. A simple block gives a noticeably lower amount of XP than a mid-value block. But the XP only gets received when the player breaks the block itself, and not when the blocks get destroyed by a small enemy AI or the boss. And that is for encouraging the player to move around the level and break blocks, and don't stand still. I mentioned power-ups, but I didn't told how to use them. I also haven't properly introduced Kara yet, but you can wait, Kara. For using the power-ups, the player can press the tab and a wooden board will slide from the side. The power-ups the players have from the start of the game or the ones they earn mid-game is all here. By pressing the 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 keys, the player activates the power-ups. Overall, this system of using and collecting power-ups was really inspired by many similar card games. I would love to talk about the main cast a little bit. Of course, we know Morapov and Asali, and I just kinda explained who Kara is. Kinda, what role he plays. Paisley is a flexible dude and the jokester of the team. A good friend of Morapov, they spar and train each other. He is obviously from another place, since he does not look anything like the people of Bastani City. Next we have Pawn and Sunshine. They are not really from this game and franchise. Sunshine is from a cancelled project of ours, but we are going to bring her animations back in the future. In the meantime, we don't talk about that one animation. Pawn is from our first video game, Clans of 4 Color. Compared to Project Morabov, Clans of 4 Color falls very short, even to an embarrassing amount. But we have not given up on the Clans of 4 Color franchise. We will use all the experience we earned from all the games we created and the big plans we have for future Clans of 4 Color games. In short, Clans of 4 Color is in good hand. To really understand how much gap there is between last devlog and this one, it's good to compare them. In last devlog, the difficulty of levels were not optimized. The bosses didn't have health bars, at least not a functioning one, and block system was not fully finished. To me, a difficulty slider is very important, and so the player gets a difficulty slider in the pause menu. But there are other settings that player gets, like max frame rate setting, game speed, sound and music volume setting, post-process effects, and other settings that are going to be added. A story. At the beginning, just like I said in the old videos, The game was not supposed to have any story at all, 100% game only. But after so much development, we have came to think that maybe it's better to include a surface level story. The story is currently simple, but perfectly enough for our goals for this game. At the beginning of the game, if you choose to play as Asali, it's Murabba who will get kidnapped, and it's up to Asali and you to save him. But if you, the player, choose Murabba, it would be the other way around. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the dangerous and rip-off versions of Murabba and Asali. Mecha Asali and Mecha Murabba. 2 times bigger, they will fight the player face to face. Perhaps I should give them their own trailer somehow. We can explore 100% of the game here, or leave some to be played and discovered. We are currently working very hard on this game and would love to hear your feedbacks. Make sure to tell us in comments what you think of the game, what you like about it and what you don't like about it. What would you like to see in it? If you find this video interesting and want to support us, don't forget to wishlist the game, currently available on Steam. And by the time you're watching this, Clans of 4 Color is most likely out for free, so check it out. Thank you for watching and see you later.